You know what? This is my first video, and this will most likely will not be my last video as well. So I'm gonna put myself out there and be very vulnerable with you, because without some discomfort and without some icky and um, fear, we're never going to overcome our fear. And so let me start with saying thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's going to be um, a wild ride. You never know. So let me just introduce myself to you. So my name is Queenie, and I'm a 30 something years old civilian living in Toronto. Like many of us during this time, it's COVID quarantine time. A lot of us are practicing self distancing and self isolation, away from our friends, away from school, away from our extended family, so to speak. And so because we're all doing our part, and there's a lot of us out there that just who cannot help immediately help the front lines. And so what is my way of contributing to the community? This is my way of contributing to the community because I've been distancing myself for the past 2 weeks. I've had a lot of time which I have never ever in my life been given, and so I should use this opportunity and take that what I've been given and use it to the full extent, because I can tell you, 2 weeks of not working is new to me, and so I might as well put it to good use now. This is my first video. I've have friends who have started YouTube videos and are still doing vlogging, and I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. I mean, like, it's a platform to outreach to my community that I want to speak to. And so the community that I want to speak to is really for children and parents together. And that's a platform that I want to excel in. I wanted to share my space, my skills, my space, and my time with these very families who need a little extra guidance in therapy and healing, and making sure that they're spending time together, real valuable time together. And so here I am. And this is all in coordination to my project that I started 3 years ago. I am a designer by trade, by heart, by soul, and it's part of my DNA. I can't get rid of it, no matter how hard I try. My professional job is far from designing and creativity. Like, there's zero creativity involved, and so when I get home, I'm just like get my hands onto things to get creative. And so I actually went to school at Sheridan College, textile crafts and design, and I create one of a kind high fashion art with using materials that doesn't cost very much. Actually, they actually cost nothing. So I wanted to share these tactile skills, partner up with these topics that sort of can help guide the conversation between a child and parents along the exercise, so to speak. I hate the word exercise because it makes it so official, right? But let's turn that word into a session. Even worse, actually. Session sort of reminds me of psychiatrists and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is not the space for that. It's really a sharing a space between myself, the child, and the parent. Besides the fact that I'm a designer at heart and soul, I'm also a volunteer, an active volunteer for Children's Aid Society for the past 10 years. And what I've been doing with them is really to work with families who need a little helping hand. Really, and these are families who's been through drug abuse, children who live under the roof of parents and guardians who exercise drug abuse, alcohol abuse, domestic abuse, like you name it. It's a lot of pain that happens inside these homes. I've worked with families um, over my last 10 years of experience with Children's Aid Society, and my heart is, there's zero judgment for these families because no, I do not know what they're going through, but kids are the most beautiful, wonderful beings in this universe, because no matter how much wrong a parent can do onto a child, that child will always constantly look up to their parent because they don't know nothing else outside of that, right? So I want to continue giving that hope to children, and also provide a guided space for the parent to be, hey, you know, your child loves you so much that they are willing to go through the pain that they are going through so that they can be with you. And so I wanted to create a space where tactile experience, activities can be built together, as well as it's a time between that child and that parent to sit together and actively make stuff together, and build a relationship together, build a deep relationship together. And it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take years, quite honestly, and that's the honest truth. Great things don't happen overnight. We all know that. And so as we build upon these exercises, one video after another, it builds a consistency between, and a moment, constant moment between that child and parent. And so I hope that I've expressed the reason why I want to do this with you guys. We're gonna be indoors in our home, safe, protecting ourselves and the community for the next 2 weeks at least, until indefinite, until this COVID-19, until we can go out and live a normal life. And so I wanted to share my space with you, really. And so over the next few weeks, and continue even after, when COVID-19 is over, I'm gonna continue giving out videos once a week at the minimal, and share my space. Let's make something fun. Let's make something cool that's, you don't normally learn at school, and share that space with whoever you want to. It's a quiet moment. It's a low activity, and a lot of times we need a little bit of like low activity in our lives to really think about and heal, and think of our actions, really. And the more we continue to doing this, the more happiness goes around the world. And right about now, I should probably think of a phrase and a little good ending. But all I can say is this video is my first introduction. Be amazing kids, be amazing parents, be amazing guardians, because children are the world to the future. That's what it is. And so whatever I can do to contribute to help guide our children to the future, let's do it. Together we can. Peace out, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot one thing to tell you. I wanted to leave with you my website that I have built 3 years ago. A long time ago, I know. And 3 years later, I'm just sharing it. It's actually my little portfolio that I take alongside with me, and making sure that year after year I contribute to what I personally believe in. And so 3 years ago, when I built this website, I wanted to make sure that whatever monetary gains I get from my creative work goes back into the community for a particular reason. And so this particular reason is really to for Together We Can. that program. And so I wanted to contribute to that community where to to make families happier, and help those families that are um, going through unfortunate circumstances. And so um, that's the reason for me doing this. It's really to contribute to that. If there's no reason for me to do that, then and there's no personal drive for me to do that, then there's really also no reason for me to create as well, right? And so I truly, truly believe in the actions of whatever you do. There's a deeper meaning to it, and so this is my deeper meaning. Feel free to check it out and find out more who I am. Thank you so much again for your time, and for sharing your space with me. I look forward to sharing more of my time and space with you. And together we can totally, like, eradicate um, pain. Actually, nah, that's not true. Pain will always exist. Pain is beautiful, but how to deal with pain. And so, thank you again for your time. Peace out.